In this lecture, we'll discuss about the SCR protection. So, for satisfactory and reliable operation, the specified ratings, that is both the current and the voltage ratings of the SCR, should not be exceeded due to over voltage or voltage transients or any other abnormalities. So, if this exists, then the SCR will get damaged permanently. So, the SCR has to be protected against such abnormal conditions. So, various protection of the SCR are overcurrent protection, over voltage protection and thermal protection. In over voltage protection, we have internal over voltages and external over voltages. That is protection against both internal and external over voltages. So now we'll see overcurrent protection. Okay. So in the SCR, due to overcurrent, the junction temperature will increase. So as such, if the junction temperature exceeds the rated value, then this will damage the device. This is because this junction will break down and hence the device may get turned on unexpectedly. Okay. So in order to prevent this, a fuse is connected in series with the SCR. So under normal operating condition, this fuse will act like a closed switch. Whenever the current exceeds the rated value, then this fuse will break open and the SCR will be prevented. That is, the device will be prevented before it is getting damaged. So the SCR will get isolated under such abnormal conditions. So nowadays circuit breakers are employed because they have longer tripping time. Okay, so these circuit breakers are used for protection against the SCR, against the surge currents which occur for the longer duration of time, and at the same time fast acting current limiting fuses are also employed to protect against the surge currents of shorter duration. Okay, so now the circuit breaker is connected in series with the fuse as shown in the figure. So next we'll see the electronic crowbar protection. So this is also protection used for power converters, that is for providing over current protection for the power converter. So this is a circuit diagram. Here a special type of thyristor called the crowbar thyristor is employed. So this crowbar thyristor is connected across the supply voltage. A current sensing resistor is provided over here. So whenever the current of this power converter exceeds the rated value, it is sensed by the current sensing resistor. So as and when the current exceeds the preset value, the crowbar thyristor will be triggered. So once it is triggered, it will start conducting, and this conducting thyristor will act as a short circuit across this supply voltage. So this will provide a path for the overcurrent, thereby protecting this power converter. So after some time, the fuse will get activated. That is, the fuse will break open and protect the thyristor. Okay, so this is what we have discussed. Current sensing resistor detects the value of converter current, so it will trigger the thyristor. So the thyristor will protect the power converter. Okay, so next we will discuss about the internal over voltages, how these internal over voltages are occurring in the device. So these internal over voltages are mainly occurred during commutation of the device. So as we have already discussed in the commutation, that when the anode current reaches a zero value, once the anode current reaches a zero value, it starts increasing in the reverse direction. So this is mainly due to the presence of stored charges. Okay, so once the anode current reaches a maximum value or peak value in the reverse direction, that is almost 60% of the charges will be removed. So at this point, almost 60% of the charges will get removed. So once the charges get removed, it will start decaying in the reverse direction only. Okay, abruptly with large di by dt. Okay, so this large di by dt will produce large transient voltage across the inductor. That is, L into di by dt will be large So this voltage is very larger when compared with the breaker voltage. This may damage the device permanently. So this internal over voltages mainly occur due to commutation, that is mainly due to the reverse recovery current. So the device has to be protected against this internal over voltage. So next we'll see how the external over voltage is occurring. So these external over voltages are mainly due to the lightning strokes or interruption of current flow in the inductive circuit. So these lightning strokes will occur on the lines feeding the thyristor system. So this may also be due to the energizing or de-energizing of the transformer primary. That is, when a thyristor converter is connected to the secondary of a transformer, whenever there is a change in the primary side, that is, the primary is energized or de-energized, this may cause voltage transients in the thyristor converter, okay, which is connected on the secondary side of the transformer. So as such, these over voltages occur. This should also be suppressed. This is also very undesirable. So now we'll see the protection against over voltages. So in order to protect the SCR against the over voltages, RC snubber network is mainly used. So this RC snubber network provides a path for the internal over voltage. Mainly it will suppress the internal over voltage caused by the reverse recovery current. So this is the connection for the RC network. This RC network is nothing but the snubber circuit which is connected in parallel with the SCR. Okay. So in addition to the suppression of internal over voltages, it is also helpful in damping the voltage transient spikes and also limiting the dV by dt across the thyristor. So here the capacitor which is used in this RC network has a slow rate of charging. Okay. So as such, the rate of change of voltage across the capacitor will be very slow. Okay, that is dV by dt variation is very slow. Since it is connected across the SCR, also the dV by dt is very slow, and so this will prevent the sudden changes in the voltage and false triggering of the SCR due to dV by dt. So the function of the resistance which is connected in series with the capacitor is to damp out the ringing oscillations between the snubber circuit and trace circuit inductance. So next we'll see the protection against the over voltages. Okay, as we have already seen, these over voltages are mainly caused due to the lightning strokes, okay, and also due to the transformers. Here a special device called a voltage clamping device is used. So this voltage clamping device is connected across the SCR. So these voltage clamping devices may be any one of the devices like metal oxide varistors, selenium thyrector diodes and avalanche diodes. So these clamping devices have falling resistance characteristics. So that is, whenever there is an increase in the voltage, the resistance of these devices will fall. Okay. So as such, this will provide a low resistance path. So whenever there is a low resistance, the voltage across it will be very lesser. So it will suppress the voltage, thereby preventing the SCR against the over voltages. So next we'll see the thermal protection. So whenever the junction temperature of the device increases, this may lead to the insulation failure. Okay. So as we have already seen the triggering, the increase in the temperature also leads to the false triggering of the device. Hence, proper measures has to be taken. So in order to prevent this, the device is placed over the heat sink. Okay, this is the heat sink. The device, that is the thyristor, is mounted over the heat sink. So this heat sink is mainly made up of high thermal conductivity metals like aluminium, copper, etc. Okay. Whereas when compared with copper, aluminium is of low cost and hence it is widely used. So for mounting of this thyristor, we have several techniques like lead mounting, stud mounting, bolt down mounting, press fit mounting, press back mounting, etc.